Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Holistic Cat Care Q&A tonight. My name is Pam, and I am with Perfectly Holistic, and Skylar is here joining us. So I want to say hi to everyone watching on Instagram. And wherever you're watching from, if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know you're here, where you're watching from. It's always fun to say hi to you guys and just acknowledge you individually if I can, as well as just see where everybody's watching from. So, what part of the world are you in, or part of the states? I always get so curious. Be thinking about what questions that you want to talk about tonight. So we're going to talk about holistic cat care, and if you are struggling with a certain issue, or if you're kind of confused and not sure where to start with something that's going on, or just want to bounce some ideas off, that's why we do this every week. And I love connecting with you guys and figuring out ways to support you and whatever you're dealing with in the cat world. So don't be shy. Go ahead and just drop your comments, your hello, let me know you're watching from. And if you are watching on YouTube, definitely give us a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe and follow us. And feel free to share this video if you found some information very helpful and you have other cat parent friends that might benefit from that. It's always great to get this out to more people. So yeah, it's Thursday. I cannot believe it's almost Friday again. So saying hello over here to Ripple into the World on Instagram. It's so I can't believe February. Where did January go? The year is already just flown by. Am I the only one that feels like that? It just kind of feels like it. So yeah, it's been a very interesting week in the cat community. And if you guys did not catch my newest endeavor, I've partnered up with the Pet's Journey. With Michael Habich on his channel on YouTube on Tuesday nights. And we're just talking about cats for about an hour and a half every Tuesday night. And you can join us live, or you can catch the replays. I do stream it to my channels as well. And we talked about cats and vomiting and all the different reasons why cats vomit, and some things to consider and to keep in mind, and things to try, and just a way to look at things from a different perspective and all potential causes. So it was a really fun chat, and we had some good questions and comments from the audience, which we love to take too. So tonight we can talk about vomiting if you want to. We can talk about behavior issues. We can talk about pet food. We can talk about toxins, whatever it is you guys might be struggling with. If you're trying to add another kitty to your household, the list could go on and on and on. But yeah, let me know what you guys need help with, because we're here for you. I think Skylar left. She must have gone to eat her dinner, hopefully. So yeah, anything new in the cat world in your lives. So let me know what's going on. What can you guys want to, or what do you want to talk about today? As long as you have questions, I will be happy to be here. If not, it's going to be a really short show. So it's up to you. Let's see what else I wanted to share. Let's see. If you follow Dr. Judy Morgan, her latest podcast dropped, and we talked about the missing part of holistic pet care in that video or that podcast, and it was really, really cool. So if you haven't checked it out, you can catch it on her YouTube channel, naturallyhealthypets.com, or you can go to Naturally Healthy Pets YouTube channel, and you can find things there. So yeah, it was a fun 30-minute show. Things went really, really fast. So yeah, okay. So thank you guys for joining us over here on Instagram. Ripple into the World has a great question. She goes, what are your thoughts on Verbac cat toothpaste? You know what? I don't know what's in it. I'm not familiar specifically with that particular product. So I would, if I were looking at it for the first time, I would look at every single ingredient and do an online search if I didn't know what it was, and just see if it's potentially has any toxic ingredients in there that might be on, potentially carcinogenic or anything like that. I'm just not familiar with it. Now, if you wanted to make your own toothpaste, guys, it's not hard. You could even just do something like Dr. Judy's dental drops. You could use coconut oil. You could use a dental enzyme um, product. Like I use DentaSure. DentaSure. Just look it up. You can find it little bottles, and I actually spray the little toothpaste and I brush Gunner's teeth with that. Um, you can combine like a little bit of Oxycat or colloidal silver with some coconut oil and a little pinch of a probiotic and make your own little toothpaste mixture and just use that to brush your cat's teeth. Um, and then if you haven't heard of a product called Teeth for Life, TEEF for Life, it is a great product. You don't have to brush your cat's teeth with it, but you could if you wanted to. But it basically helps control the bad microbes in the mouth that make all the plaque and tartar and the bacteria build up and things like that. And it can basically be licked off your finger or put it on top of a little treat or food. Probably the best time to do it is at night before they go to bed. So whatever if that's the last thing that they licked or ate, it's going to kind of sit in, it'll have some leftover residue and be working on their mouth while they're sleeping, which is great. The crocheting cat behaviorist says, hi, hello, how are you guys? And you and all your babies. And so yeah, try Teeth for Life. And here's another cool thing. They just came out with a little like treat toppers, and it's freeze dried salmon and I think beef liver. I think beef liver or chicken liver. I can't remember which liver, but it's like powdered, and they mix their teeth formula into the freeze dried toppers. And I've ordered some. I'm waiting on it to come. You can literally just sprinkle it on top of your cat's food. They have great success, with their trials, and cats seem to really, really like it, because I haven't met a cat yet that doesn't like freeze-dried beef or salmon. So it's literally like a powder form, and that would be a great option as well. There's just more and more things coming out that can make our lives much, much easier when it comes to addressing our cat's teeth. One of the big things just to remember is that you don't want to feed dry food, because dry food actually contributes to the tartar and the plaque because of the sugars in it, and it starts to break down in the mouth. And if you buy those dental treats like greenies, they don't work. They actually contribute to the plaque and the tartar. And if you don't believe me, go read the ingredients. It's disgusting. It's filled with carbohydrates and starches, which are not your cat's teeth's friend. So just throw the dental treats that you get at the grocery store away and look at something like Teeth for Life, or do, something like one of the other products that we talked about if you actually want to brush your cat's teeth. So that's an option. Ripple Into the World says, Ripple is addicted to Verbac ingredients. Sorbitol, that's sugar alcohol I'm not too excited about. Purified water, dicalcium phosphate, anhydrous, probably like a powdered form, and then hydrated silicone, glycerin. Ooh, that just sounds terrible. Oh, no, it has titanium dioxide. No, 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 absolutely zero. No, I do not. Do not use that. Terrible, terrible. That can actually, titanium dioxide studies have found to actually damage DNA. Don't feed that. And poultry digest, that's kind of gross. It's probably like animal digest, but they label it with it's from poultry itself. It has sugars and it has titanium dioxide and yuck. No, I would just throw it away. Oh, and sodium benzoate, gross. That is a toxic preservative. No, there is absolutely no way I would ever use that toothpaste. So try the teeth, because that would be an option where, you don't have to necessarily brush their teeth, and it probably tastes a whole lot better. So yeah, I would definitely throw that in the trash. That is some toxic stuff in there. The crocheting cat behaviorist, I think that's Pam also. She says, my cats are addicted to freeze-dried chicken. It's really funny. Years ago, and you guys probably remember, one of the first brands to actually have come out with the freeze dried treats that we used to call kitty crack. Um, it was it was it was an Ellen DeGeneres product, and I can't remember the name of the brand. If you guys remember the name of the brand, you can drop it in the comments. But they had little containers of freeze dried chicken and salmon. That was the two lines that they had. And yes, we used to call it kitty crack because kitties love that stuff. It's awesome. Um, Rebel says, I have been adding teeth to it, but wasn't sure if I should keep using it. I definitely would not. Not based on those ingredients. Oh, hell no. There's no way. You can just do much better. Asian Cat says, we chew on Savage Cat dehydrated rabbit strips and chips. Awesome. And they help some with brushing our teeth naturally. Yep. Anything you can do that's like fresh food, raw food. It also has good enzymes to help keep the teeth cleaner. But yeah, that's awesome. Anything we can do to get them to chew. So like the big chunks, the treats, or if your cat eats raw food, bones like raw chicken wings, quail wings, like quail bones are really good. It's a small bird. So yeah, whatever your cat will try, that would be great. Okay, so over here on Facebook, Marie says, let me put this up here. Because I can show it on here versus Instagram. Okay, she says, hello, I hear quercetin is good for cats with CKD. Yes. How much quercetin should be given to a cat with CKD per day? Well, that's a very good question. And let me see if I have the answer over here. I know I used to have some information on that. Give me just a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm scrolling. Quercetin, kidney. I don't see. Hold on. Let me see if there was something else. I learned this from Dr. Ruth Roberts. She may have. I put it in an article on my website, and she probably has something on her website as well. Okay, quercetin. Let's see. She actually, from my notes that I took, it didn't say specifically. So what I would probably recommend is if it is a human product, it's probably like 1/8 of the dose, whatever the human takes. If it's an actual pet product of quercetin, and there are some brands, I just can't think of it off the top of my head, that actually have, made a quercetin product, it's going to be dosed by weight. So I would look at the label first and see if they give you an indication. Okay, she also says, hold on, let me put this up here. Does salmon oil contain vitamin D? I'm looking for an omega-3 supplement for my cat with CKD, but worry about vitamin D toxicity. To my knowledge, no. A cod liver oil would have vitamin D in it, but a salmon oil, I do not think it does. You can always go online and do a search and say, like, nutritional composition of salmon oil, and it will break down what those nutrients are, the vitamins in it, the fats and the types of fats and things like that. So you can always do an online search if you want to get into the nitty gritty with all of that. If you're using, just as a general rule, I don't want to say all the time, but in general, if you're using food to supply us, some type of nutritional support or a vitamin or a mineral, whatever, the body will only use what it needs and it will discard the rest. So it's less likely, unless your cat really eats like a ton of something that has a lot of vitamin D in it, for example. Like if it eats a ton of beef liver or hearts or something like that, you might have a more propensity to ingest too much. But if it's just a little bit of food, or a little freeze-dried heart treat, not a whole bowl full, you're probably fine. If you actually use a supplement, that's in a more concentrated form. And so, yes, it is more likely that you could give them too much. But food sources are generally a lot, it's very safe. Um, okay, so I hope that answered your question. Now, let's do this one. Do you have a specific vitamin B brand for cats with CKD? I guess you have a CKD question today, which is awesome. Again, I would go by the supplement. Yes, Animal Essentials has a vitamin B complex, and let me think. There's another product. It depends on if you need a complex or if you need just a single B vitamin. It really depends. I know that Feline Essential has their B12, but that's just one B vitamin. So that may not be, what you're looking for necessarily. I'm trying to think, and you guys may be able to tell me if NHV Naturals is a brand that comes to mind that does a really good job on formulations for different things. So you may want to check their website. Okay, so you say you need a B complex. I would look at Animal Essentials. I know that I have some in my shop. If you look under, where would I put that? If you just type into the search B complex, you're going to find something on there. And Mercola used to have, probably still does have, a B complex supplement. And again, if it's in a supplement form for pets, just follow the dose on the product. And then here's the other thing. If you guys know how to muscle test, you can determine if the product is even needed by the cat's body. Because sometimes we just try to throw things, we're just throwing everything at the cat because we feel like, oh, it would be good because of this, condition that my cat has. But that doesn't mean that your cat needs every single one of those things. So if you know how to muscle test, you can rule things in and out really quickly and easily with the cat itself. The cat's body knows what it needs. And here's another thing to keep in mind. Even when you're using a lot of supplements, the liver and the kidney still has to process all of those supplements, and it can be a little overwhelming. So we don't want to just load up the body with a bunch of supplements. So it's very important to streamline what you're giving, know why you're giving it, and if it's even needed at the time. So let's see, and here's another one. Are you familiar with the RX Vitamins, RX Renal Feline? Yes, I have, and I have used that in the past. I do like it, and I also like Pet Wellbeing has the Kidney Support Gold. And then Herb Smith also has a product called Kidney Care, and it is basically Chinese herbs mixed together with some things. A very, very good product formulated by Dr. Chris Besant. So again, you could look at that, and then sometimes vitamin C is great for kidney support. In some cases, Romania 8, which is another Chinese herb, something with Romania 8 can be very, very beneficial for kidneys. And then the herb nettle can be very good for kidneys, and I learned that from Rita Hogan. So again, it doesn't mean that your cat needs all of those things. You could even rotate some of those things, and it really depends on what degree of kidney function your cat really has or doesn't have, how much you want to be adding. Let's see. Okay. So I hope that helps with that. Okay. And then Shelly says, I like tea for Hooligan. I mix that teensy amount with a little kitty crack. I love it. She wants to try the topper next. Yes. That's awesome. And it literally is, it's a little tiny spoon that comes with the starter kit, the jar. It's so tiny. And it basically dissolves right into the feed. Your cat won't even know it's in there, which is awesome. Okay, let's see what we got here. Marie says, I have seen people recommend moxor for cats. Would omega-3s benefit from green mussels be better than from fish oil? I don't. I from what I have learned and heard in talks with Dr. Karen Becker and Rodney Habib numerous times on omega-3 stuff, it's the marine oils that are the best sources than even a mussel. It wouldn't have the same degree. So what you would need to look at is the guaranteed analysis on the product that shows how many, is it micrograms, milligrams, whatever, of the green mussel, in the that omega-3s are in green mussels versus a marine oil like krill or sardine or what else? Salmon, or just a fish like anchovy. Sometimes there's a blend of oils and you can rotate those too. So marine oils are really like some of the best options. And you can also add things like fresh food, not, well, you could add fresh sardines, but like the sardines and water that you buy in the can at the grocery store, don't get the oil, but get the water, sardines and water. That's what I use. So I give my cats a food source of omega-3s. And they're super nutritious. So sardines are tiny. They don't have all of the toxic load that larger fish accumulate because they are larger and they live longer. So yeah, I like using food whenever I can instead of a supplement, because after a while cats are just like, I don't really want that supplement in my food, and they stop eating their food. So that's just something to think about. If you can use food instead of a supplement, great. Okay, so let me see on here. Let's see. Do you recommend krill over fish? No, not necessarily. Krill is awesome, and it's got astaxanthin because it's pink, which is great for the immune system. But I think rotating, we get so stuck in a rut on doing the same old things all the time. So rotate. Like when you finish that bottle of krill, go to a sardine anchovy, and then go to salmon oil, and then go to just a fish, whatever, blend, different brands, and give them something different. That's what I like to do if you're going to use a supplement, or find maybe one or two that your cats actually like, because my cats didn't really like the supplements too much. I've tried a couple different, like 3 or 4 different brands, and they were just like, no, not having it. So that's why I went to sardines. So, there you go. It's something. Okay, let me come back over here to Instagram because I think I missed a couple of things. Ripple into the world says, I took Ripple to the pet food store, and he was drooling over a lamb's ear. Is it safe for him to eat? Lamb's ear are dog treats. Yes, they are. I wouldn't think it's harmful. I don't know how much nutritional benefit a lamb's ear would actually provide. So, maybe as a treat, don't want to eat the whole thing at once, but I wouldn't see why not, honestly. So try it and see. And then Aisha Cat says, I use quercetin for asthma, and I took a half a capsule daily. Maybe the dosage would be the same for CKD. If you're talking about you as in the person, or you used it for the cat, I'm just not sure. If you can give me some clarification on that, like, was it for a pet dose, or was it a human, like for your asthma or for the cat's asthma? So let me know how on that. And okay, feline asthma, thank you. Then it would probably, those doses again are weight-based, and they have recommendations on those products for a reason. So I would go by whatever the bottle says. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. Okay, so we're going to come back over here to another question. Vitamin C. She has a question about vitamin C, ascorbic acid or calcium ascorbate. I cannot remember which is synthetic and which. I think ascorbic acid is the natural source. Um, but I'm totally. Can I just look it up? I hate guessing. Calcium ascorbate. Calcium absorbate that doesn't ring a bell to me. Let me see. Calcium absorbate. Okay, let's see. Okay, calcium ascorbate is a compound that contains calcium and vitamin C. So it is a food additive and a supplement used to treat vitamin C deficiencies. If you just need vitamin C, I would use the Feline Essential urine or kidney. They have a kidney kit that has the urinary cat, which is a liquid form of vitamin C. It's a supplement, and you just use a few drops. It's great. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it either has OxyCat and or Catalyst in it. I'm gonna look it up real quick. That's the nice thing about having everything on your laptop, and you can do this while you stream. Let's see. Kidney. Oh, wait, I'm looking on the wrong page. Hang on a second. Kidney support. The kidney kit. It's actually all three. So it's Catalyst, VitaCat, and OxyCat. So great antioxidant support. With the Catalyst, it helps so many conditions. The VitaCat, which is your liquid vitamin C supplement, which is a super antioxidant, and then OxyCat is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and it just helps keep everything clean and balanced. So that kit would be phenomenal if you wanted to support your cat's kidneys. And let's see. Let me come back over here. Next question was, how often do you feed your cat sardines? Every day. I use a pet platter when I feed them, and I will take like a half a sardine for Gunner, because he sometimes it just depends. It depends on how big the sardine is. But I give him a good chunk, and I put chunks on the little one's platter too, and I give Aylin one. It tends to be like half a sardine. So it's a food source. It's probably not providing 100% of their needs, but they eat raw food with balanced diets, so they get whatever's in there too. So it's just an extra food source of omega-3s and all the nutrients that sardines provide. And Papology is here. Hey there, Janet. It's good to see you. I need to come by your shop and pick up some stuff. So I'll probably either do that tomorrow or Saturday. Hopefully you'll be there. Okay, let's see here. All right, so next question. Marie says, I heard you say vitamin C. Not the first time I heard this from a vet or for cats with CKD, but I heard you can't give vitamin C without E. Well, again, what are they eating? If their diet is balanced, it's already going to have vitamin E in there because that is a required nutrient. The vitamin C supplement is a supplement, and you can add that to the food. So your cat's diet should be balanced with vitamin E source already. Okay, so let's go back down. And what cat brand was it again that you said for cat's kidneys? Okay, it's Feline Essential. If you go into my shop, it's shop.purrrfectly holistic. Look under products, supplements, and kidney support, and you will find their kit there, along with a lot of the other supplements I mentioned for kidney support. You don't have to buy from me, but at least you can see what's there. Of course, we love supporting cat parents, and that's why we have a store. So you're welcome to shop with us, but you certainly don't feel like you have to. Okay, and then Janet says, we have your stuff ready for you. I know, and I'm going to add more when I get there. I'm out of some stuff. Gonna pick up some more green juju as well. So if you guys haven't tried that green juju fermented mushroom probiotic, it's awesome. And it's for cats and for dogs. And they only need a quarter teaspoon in their food a day. And my cats absolutely, they like it. I mean, they don't even balk at the food. I just mix it right in. They don't even know it's there probably. But it's a great way to add fermented foods and a source of fiber and all those beneficial things for their microbiome. Okay, so this is from Lori Christine. Do you think that cats might hide their illness from us if there is no cure for their illness? Maybe it is to spare us more worry, especially if treatment options are limited. Um, I don't know necessarily about that. I do know that they tend to hide their illnesses when they don't feel good just because it's part of their survival instincts. Okay. They don't want to feel or look vulnerable because in the wild they are predator and prey. Um, and I don't know if on a soul level they know that whatever it is that they may have might be super expensive or not, because I don't know if they have a concept of what expensive means. Um, Now, that said, it's probably more of it's a survival instinct of hiding and trying to, make it look like I'm good, I'm good. But that's where you as a pet parent can make those kinds of decisions. Even if you know what the issue is, there are so many options now available for more at-home testing kits that you can order online that are super scientifically advanced and have come a long way. And then there's also so many alternative things we can do to support their cats, no matter what it is that they're going through. And having a partner with like an integrative person, your conventional person, if you have to use one of them for your veterinary care, and then partner with some like an animal communicator, someone who does energy healing work. Because when you can build a team and get your team behind your cat that can address them from a physical, emotional, and spiritual perspective, you are using a holistic approach to their care, and you might get a lot further than if you just used one link of that chain, if that makes sense. Okay. Atina's Vintage Dressing Room on Instagram says, is there a one-stop shop knowledge base that goes over healthy foods and supplements one can use on a CKD diet? Probably not a one-stop. I mean, there are so many good resources online, different articles. I know I've done some articles. I know Dr. Ruth Roberts has done talks, and she probably has something on her website because she has done a lot of work with kidney cats and kidney disease in pets. I know that there's a website called Tanya's. Oh, help me out if you guys know what I'm talking about. Tanya's something. It's online, and she goes into a lot of good detail on kidney disease in cats. I just cannot remember what it's called, but if you put Tanya, like Tanya, and then cats kidney disease, I'll bet you'll find it. She has a really good overall view information on kidney disease in cats. So what I would recommend for anybody whose cat is struggling with kidney disease, number one, treat the cat, not the numbers on the blood panels that come back and, things like that. The vets tend to like to put things in boxes, and they scare the living daylights out of pet parents, and they tell you that your cat is in kidney failure because their numbers are slightly elevated. And therefore, we think that they're dying. Okay, they make it sound horrible, and they paint a terrible, terrible picture, which I think does a disservice to you. It's insulting, for one, and it doesn't help you mentally and emotionally when you're dealing with that kind of issue. So look at the numbers, and then look at how you can support your cat through diet. Number one, get them on a species appropriate diet. If you're feeding dry food, stop right away. Get them on a species appropriate diet. Now, if you're feeding gently cooked or raw food, depending on the degree of severity of the kidney disease, you could use foods that use eggshell calcium for their calcium source instead of bone. Okay, and it's gentler and less work on the kidneys. But then you can support them with all these other things, omega-3s, some of the supplements that we talked about tonight, more moisture in their diet. You can add things like bone broth. You can add things like ion gut support for pets, which was developed by Dr. Zach Bush, and it helps protect kidney cells. So like at the cellular membranes, if we can keep those healthy and happy, the kidneys last longer. So there's so many things that we can do. So, but diet has to be like one of the biggest, and then support accordingly, based on the severity of the condition. Someone over here says she has a question about this. Do cats with CKD need a special type of pre or probiotics, or will any pre or probiotics work? Well, there actually are specific probiotics there's one called Azadil that I know of for sure that has an affinity for kidneys. And there's probably more. I just don't know them all. I don't work in the veterinary world, and that is a veterinary product. So you can do that, but I will tell you, it's very expensive. So using something like the Kidney Kit by Feline Essential that has the OxyCat, which does help, control the bad bacteria in the body, that can help. You can, just again, look at the whole picture and try not to be myopic and say, overloading based on, you don't want to throw everything at the cat, okay? Because their kidneys and liver have to process all of those supplements. So just keep that in mind. And again, if you can muscle test, I'm going to keep saying that to y'all. If you can learn how to muscle test, and I have a workshop online if you want to go over and do an introductory, workshop and learn how to do this, you can learn how to figure out what your cat's body really needs and doesn't need when you have all of these options that you're looking at for cats with kidney disease, for example. So that's one of the best ways to streamline, and then you're not guessing. The cat's body can actually tell you specifically what it needs. Okay, so here we go. Thank you guys. So Gina and Marie, felinecrf.org is Tanya's page. Thank you. I haven't looked at it in like probably 10 years. So I just remember her name. Isn't that funny? Shelly says ion is awesome. Yes, it's awesome for gut healing, sealing leaky gut, tight junctions. It protects kidney cells. It's trace minerals. It acts as a binder to pull out toxins. It's such a great, great, great product. I can't say enough good things about ion. Marie says, yes, I have used Azadil, but my girl will not swallow it whole, and it has titanium dioxide. Eeks. Okay. Well, that is a good reason not to use it, in my opinion. So you know what? If you need, just use other ways to support the kidneys. Okay, with all the other supplemental options that we've talked about, just don't worry about the probiotic for now. I'm not convinced. This is my personal opinion, that we need to give our cats probiotics all the time. In a supplement type of form. Now, if we're feeding like fermented foods, that's a food form, totally different story. Again, it's food. Your body is going to use what it needs, and it's going to skip and eliminate the rest. So, but with probiotics, you just keep replacing the same strains over and over and over again. And I learned from Dr. Karen Becker that by doing so, we can actually contribute to gut dysbiosis, and we can create an unhealthy balance of good bacteria. There's always got to be a balance, okay? Just like think of scales. If we load it up with too much good and then there's not enough of the bad, then things go awry and it can go just as bad. So there's always got to be a healthy balance, and it doesn't mean that it has to be 50-50. But the body, the microbiome is only has enough a specified amount of real estate in that area, and microbes are going to be fighting for real estate. So we want to make sure that there's a healthy balance there. It makes such a difference in your cat's and ours overall health, our immune system, our digestive system. This is where hormones and neurotransmitters are made in the gut. So we got to keep it healthy and balanced. Those are great, great questions. Yeah, I tried Azadil years ago, and it is a tiny pill, but cats just don't want to take pills. And if they could come up with something that tastes good in a liquid form that you can add that adds that same kind of benefit without the titanium dioxide and without a pill, it might be a lot better received. But until those people get smart, cats just they don't need that, and they don't need the titanium dioxide, and they don't want to take a pill. There's very few cats out there that just are like super nonchalant about taking pills. I had one, but the ones I have now, absolutely not. No. So that's my 2 cents worth on that. Okay, so Shelly has another question. She says, interesting about the probiotics. What do you suggest about the time to give it when you need to take a break? If you wanted to rotate, maybe do it twice a week, every few days would be fine, to like twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. And then maybe do that for 3 or 4 weeks and then take a 2 or 3 week or maybe a month off. It really depends on what your cat's dealing with. If your cat is super healthy and vibrant and doesn't have health issues, then there's no reason to keep overloading. Again, their body has to process things. You could do a weekly rotation, maybe once or twice a week if you feel like you had to. And it's also good to rotate brands because every brand has its different strains and different quantities of strains. So it gives the more diversity that you can provide, the better. So that's my 2 cents worth on that. A lot of times I don't guess, I just muscle test my cats. Does that make sense? So rather than me trying to figure it out and just guess, I test and I get a protocol that would last like a month or two, and then I go back and recheck things. Do we need to adjust anything? So it really depends. Every cat is different. Every cat's body is different, and their needs are different. So I don't like saying, a one size fits all, especially for probiotics, and especially if there's underlying health issues that you're trying to deal with. We just have to be smart about what we're giving and how much and how often, if that makes sense. But I do like taking a break. I don't give my cats supplemental probiotics like powders and stuff. I started using the fermented foods, which is it's liquid. It's a liquid mixture formulation. It's fermented mushrooms. So it's food based and it's fermented. So anytime we have fermented vegetables, for example, our microbes just gobble that stuff up. It's food for them. So that's what I really like to do. You could use food all the time. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. She says, so if I do go the pre-probiotic route, maybe just rotate every few days. Absolutely. And I know a lot of probiotics now include prebiotic fiber of some kind in it. So on those days that you're not giving a probiotic necessarily, we should probably be making sure that our cats have some source of prebiotic in their food, whether you're using canned food, a gently cooked food, or raw food, because those microbes in their gut need food. And if they don't get enough fiber to feed them, they die off. And then you have major problems if they crash. Okay. So, processed pet food does not always have enough fiber. And I learned this when I had a cat, Lily, years ago, who had, she was getting older and she had trouble pooping. So I had, and there, she was eating wet food and good quality wet food, but she didn't have enough fiber in her diet, and going to the bathroom was really painful for her. So that's why I started adding more. And it was just cooked pumpkin at the time, or psyllium. I think I rotated between those two, and then she was fine. So it's just something to be aware of. Even if you're feeding a fresh food or raw food diet or gently cooked diet that does have some fiber in it, it may or may not be enough for your cat. So that's what you have to look at their poop and to see how healthy it looks, and are they straining to go to the bathroom, and those kinds of things. So okay, let's see here. If I use the juju fermented mushroom, is that given daily? Yes, yes, you can. You can give that daily. And Billy Hookman, who we did a show with last month, go and watch that episode, because we talked about the gut and we talked about the fermented mushroom product that he has, along with some other things. And what's cool about the fermentation, the mushrooms that they have, is the probiotics change. So it's like the more, when you open it, it's going to be, one in one form, and then the longer that fermentation process is happening, it keeps getting more and more, and then there's more changing. So, and I probably didn't state that as well as he did, but it's always, it's like more and more and more. So it's really cool to be able to give them a fermented product like that. It doesn't go bad, it just gets better. I guess you could say gets better with age. So yeah, try it and see. And again, it's like a quarter teaspoon, and it's liquid, and it's, my cat literally, they don't mind it. I got zero pushback when I added it into their food. Okay, so Shelly says, yes, that makes sense. I will look into the fermented type. I'm just learning about muscle testing via body code. Awesome. Is the sway test accurate for testing these probiotics for kitty? Yeah, absolutely. Sway test is just a type of energy testing that uses your body instead of your fingers. So absolutely. Yeah, practice with it if you'd like to. And it's all about making statements instead of asking questions. I would just stick with statements, not questions. Okay, because you're going to get less bias and more accurate information. Okay, let me go over here to Instagram. Does anybody else have any questions? I can't believe it's almost been an hour, so I'll be wrapping up here soon. Okay. Okay, anybody else over here in Facebook or YouTube? If you have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. Since we're talking about muscle testing, if you guys want to learn how to do the muscle testing, or if you've learned and you want to take it to a whole nother level, I do have a mentorship program called Mastering Muscle Testing for Healthy, Happy Pets, where it's a self-paced program that has modules that you work through at your pace, and we have monthly coaching calls, and you learn how to master this process and develop wellness protocols with products for your cats or your dogs. It includes energy healing techniques, and you can become your pet's best advocate. So if you are interested in learning more about that, it's on my website, and you can just book a discovery call and learn a little bit more, and we can kind of talk through to see if it's a good fit for you. I basically teach you everything I know about it. Okay, so let's see. Let's go. Okay, Shelly says, here's one more. Have you heard about Gussie's Gut for dogs and cats? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Gussie's Gut is an awesome, awesome brand. And they actually partner with Steve's Real Food. And Steve uses Gussie Gut in their formula, in their recipes now. I don't know if it's all recipes, but I know that they're using Gussie Gut in some of their foods. So excellent. It's an excellent product. Absolutely. I have not personally used it because I haven't had to. So hasn't been like in my radar, but I do know about it, and I hear absolutely wonderful things. Okay, so here's another question. Do you have a specific brand of phosphate? It's a phosphorus. It's phosphorus binder, not a phosphate binder, but a phosphorus binder. Dr. Karen Becker recommends epichitin, Epakitin, epichitin, um, or phos. Hold on, I'm gonna lie. I don't want to lie. Let me just look it up. I will get exactly what it is. There are two that she recommends. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Phosphix. Phosfix. That's one word. Phosphix. Those are the ones that she recommends for as a phosphorus binder. I used to use one from RX Vitamins, but then I found out it had aluminum hydroxide in it, which is aluminum, and I don't want my cats having aluminum. So I stopped. That was years ago. And I haven't needed one since, thank goodness. So that's what I would do, either epichitin or phosphix. Her vet recommended Naraquin, and I've been using it, but it has titanium dioxide. Yeah, I wouldn't use anything with titanium dioxide, honestly. From the studies that we heard about that I learned sitting in on a podcast with Dr. Karen Becker and Rodney Habib, and they pulled out a study that showed how titanium dioxide destroys DNA. So yeah, not what we want to be putting in our bodies. So, or pets' bodies. So I would not use anything with titanium dioxide for my cats. Absolutely not. Not if they're going to have to ingest that. No. But now you have two other options that you can look at, and they are veterinarian recommended by Dr. Karen Becker. So she got the thumbs up from her. As far as I'm concerned, that's a go ahead. That's a green light. So I trust her immensely. Shelly says, "Yay for Steve's Real Food." I know, right? They don't mess around with sourcing or quality. Their products are top notch for sure. You are very welcome, Marie. My pleasure to help with all of that. So, okay. Well, I think unless you guys have any other questions, we will call it a night. Quick plug for the radio show in a couple weeks. Jessica Fisher is going to be on here. We're going to talk about what's really in your cat's food. You don't want to miss that. We're going to be talking about some very interesting things that could be in there that you don't want in there. Marie says healthy kidney phosphates. No, it's just, I know I'm going to write it right here. Phosphix or epichitin are phosphorus binders. I don't know. I think those are the brand names. So that's what I would look for. Phosphix or epichitin. Okay. So I think that's it. Next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to be back on the Pets Journey. Over on the YouTube channel, The Pets Journey with Michael Habich. And I don't know what our topic is, but we're going to talk about cats with something. So join us over there. We're just trying to build a community of pet lovers and have these really open, candid, friendly conversations and help empower cat parents. And since I'm the cat person, he's brought me on for that. So we're just going to really dive into questions about different conditions and issues that cats face, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. And then, Shelly, thank you. The feline, thank you for saying that. I should be plugging that too. There is a free online summit for cat lovers. It's called Thrive, the feline, Feline Wellness Summit. I just call it Thrive. I can't remember what it's called. Um, anyway, the Feline Summit. It's free. You can sign up. Let me see if I can just drop the link right here. It's Thrive. Let me get the link for you guys. Okay. The Feline Wellness Summit. It's free. Sign up, reserve your ticket, and if you want to get VIP packages where you can go save the recordings and watch them later and all that, I think you're going to have like 24 to 48 hours for each day's presentations. And so it's going to be like over 4 days. And there's 21 speakers or so that are talking on different subjects about cats. So definitely something to check out. And I am one of the speakers. And as I was looking through the presenter list, it's like, oh my gosh, most of them are my friends. So we're going to be, a lot of us are going to be sharing just on different topics and things. It's going to be really, really cool. So check it out, sign up, and enjoy that whole summit. Lots of great information on there. Okay, well, I think that is all I am going to do tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Tuesday night for the Pet Health Journey, and we'll talk more about cats. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great, great night, and thanks again for being here.